Hey friends, it's Julie from Plan to Create, and I've started this new series where I'm bringing you along for little snippets while I work away in my creative journal. And I kid you not, no sooner do I say that, make the plan, than I actually do complete this entire page in one setting. So I'm just going to bring you along for the whole page. I hope you enjoy. You're going to see I stamped that little stamp. It's here. It's from Everyday Explorers Co. I'm showing you some of the other stamps and how I've used them. But I've been housing my daily weather highs and lows in this little guy for the last week, and I love it. We have obviously been enjoying some cooler temperatures up here in Alaska this time of year, and I have no complaints. This little Ferris wheel is going to show up, and it has zero business being here on this page, but the colors just made me happy with the previous page, so we're going to lay it there and see what happens. Meanwhile, you're just going to see me flipping through a bunch of products that I have printed myself and I'm using on clear sticker paper. The majority of these you see right here are from Freckled Fawn. She has brand new digital releases that I've been super excited about. They've been really easy to work into my pages. You're going to see some washi strips, some labels, like little ephemera, and I've been just playing around with them, cutting them out like crazy, and mixing them in and out with that kit that you're going to see there from Everyday Explorers Co. plus some Cat Collage Club. I've got a whole assortment in my little basket. Oh, and let's talk about the basket real quick. It's not a basket, it's a planner caddy, and it's from Jen D Handcrafted on Etsy. I'll be sure to add a link down in my notes below. I'm going to do kind of a deep dive here of all of my goodies, but I do love having stuff like this on my desk. I find that I will just glance over and something will catch my attention, and if they were all tucked away, it just wouldn't work as well. I do, after the month is over, take the little Cat Collage Club, and I have sorted them out by topic, sort of like outdoors or, something with the computer, techie, creative. I just divided it into categories that work for me. So like I was able to find that little laptop sticker real quickly because it's kind of like techie is my category. Meanwhile, I'm just going to keep digging through my little stash here. I have my latest stamps that I just purchased from Carrie Bradford Studio, so I kind of want to, work things like that in while things are fresh. And then you see here I pull out my little washi. All of my washi rolls are in Arizona, so these are the ones that I brought with me so that I could use them on the road here. And since I used the Coffee Monster Co. up on that left page, I thought it would be fun to repeat it over here on the right. So I just selected one that was kind of appropriate for what I was up to today. So while I do enjoy looking at that left page because it kind of helps me with colors or helps me kind of create a balance between the two, it's just starting to feel a little claustrophobic here on my desk. So I am going to just move that, leave my one page here and kind of have it there to refer to, but not be taking up space. I'm going to say that this is probably the hardest part of every page is when it's just blank and it's staring at you and you don't entirely know where you want to go. Sometimes it's the story of the day or the stories that really are the drivers, and today I just don't have that much to say. I spent a lot of time working in my office, so these little products are perfect, all the little work-related products I'm loving. And then these strips of washi, just adding some cute texture and pattern and color. It's just super fun, and of course the Cat Collage stickers are some of my favorites. So I've just really enjoyed the combination of all these different things. I like that it's not just one kit, but I'm actually able to pull from like 3 different things and they're all working together, and that makes me really happy. Getting this one big sticker down, it's going to get the ball rolling, and that's oftentimes just what it takes, is just being willing to plunk something down. It may or may not be your favorite part, but it will definitely get things rolling and you'll have to figure it out from there, and that's kind of what I enjoy. I think I like making it hard on myself, just like sticking something down and then trying to make other things work with it. So that's pretty much what I do here. I just start this little kind of collage. I've been really trying to layer a little bit more and not necessarily work on like a grid, but kind of overlap things a little bit. And it's been really fun to just kind of test myself. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I can barely squeeze Monday up here on this corner, and I do test it out there on my ruler first. And I can see that it barely fits, but I make it work. And I think I only have to cut off a little tiny bit of that Y, because it pretty much squeezes on there. Okay. So it was a pretty chill day. I really didn't leave the house in the morning, so I just got to really plug away on projects. And you can see I decided to write that there on that work life sticker from Everyday Explorers Co. I will say that my uni Jetstream ink was not happy on that sticker. And you can see on the top, the previous page, I had written on one. I don't know that it was smooth, but I had gotten it done. But today I finally had to come back with a micron or whatever kind of pen this is. It's just oil based and it was a lot easier to write on that surface. I don't love how bold it is, but it's okay. It's one of those things that bugs me as it's happening, but once I see the whole page, I doubt I'll even notice it. So I'm just going to add a couple little more touches and complete this cluster. And then I'm really itching to use these stamps over here from Heidi Swap. Like I said, they arrived in the mail today, so I was like, ooh, what a perfect time for me to just plunk them on paper. I'd initially told myself, because I really hadn't done anything yet in my page today, I told myself, oh, I could just stamp only these and just like even only like stamp the entire set and just kind of see what that would look like. But then I obviously went a little bit of a different direction here. But I went to yoga this afternoon, so this little yoga gal is adorable. I mean, they're so much cuter than like an actual photo of me doing yoga, so how could I not put these guys on my pages? I'm going to use that washi that I had cut from earlier and create like a little yoga mat. So I'm kind of just spacing her out there. I like to work around the discs, so like you can tell like between her ears is the disc punch, because I don't actually want to punch into the sticker. I don't need to call her. But yeah, gonna lay the little yoga mat down, put her on it, and I love that that color is kind of repeated again on my page. It just happened to be perfect. And then I'm gonna overlap the stamp a teeny tiny bit as well, just to kind of make it feel like it's part of that group. Some of you might argue with me, but I feel like I have limited myself to a very select amount of supplies up here in Alaska. I left the majority of my things in Arizona, but this Madeline alphabet stamp from Carrie Bradford Studio is just one of my favorites. I actually purchased a second set of these in order to have them here and then also in Arizona because I use them so often. But I think it's been fun for me to see kind of how much use I can get out of these products, and then also just repeating the same things throughout your book is not a bad thing. So if you feel like you only can, muster like 2 or 3 alphabet sets or something like that, don't worry about it. Like they'll look fresh on each page. I don't think you're going to get sick of it. And if anything, it's just cohesive. Okay, everyone needs to pay attention. I worked the Ferris wheel into the project. Can you see that like ever so slight curve over there to the right of the kitty cat? I'm going to find it. I'm really happy because I feel like it kind of nestles into that. I'm always looking for things that can kind of nestle in. So to me, that shape was just calling for that circle. I don't know. It has no business being there, but I'm going to just be happy that I got it in. Next up, I'm just going to squeeze in some journaling, and then I'm going to be taking apart one of the little stamps from Heidi's set. She has one that said daily meal plan, I think, and I just really didn't want the meal plan. It was tiny, and I wanted the daily to be just an individual stamp. You'll see it in a second. So I basically am probably off screen, like cutting it apart right now. Maybe I haven't yet, but I save you from that tedious, although I did want to have it on camera if I cut myself with my X-Acto knife. But I chose this blue color, which was wild, and as I stamp it, it's like so juicy and dark. I'm going to say it did dry nicer. I feel like, the next morning I looked and it wasn't quite as alarming to me, but that was a big departure from the other colors that I had on my page, so bold moves. But you're going to see I try to correct it a little bit by taking it elsewhere on the page, which I'm not sure helped. But also I'm going to add a little strip of blue washi down the left of the yellow washi on the far left so that it will kind of help bring that color somewhere else so that it's not just absolutely screaming at you right there. I purposely make this a little off center. I didn't line it up exactly. I wanted it to just drop down a tiny bit to go towards the yoga gal. And I think that it turned out cute. This last step is me coming through with my Along Those Lines stamp set. I usually pick one of those and add in a few little accents. If I feel like there's like kind of a blank space, then I will throw something in there. These are not necessarily blank spaces, but I felt like just kind of nice to go against the grain there on that washi. I find one more spot, I think under Monday, and that pretty much wraps up my page. There's going to be a sharp contrast here between the way this lighting looks and the way my final finished product pages are. I've definitely added a filter and brightened them up, so yeah, sorry, it's a little shocking, but that's kind of how the 2 pages look together and how the one turned out by itself. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and if you haven't yet, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Also, feel free to say hi. I love to hear from you guys in the comments. Otherwise, I will catch you on the next video. Until then, take care.